do have a small success story in that we have a dozen photovoltaic panels outside the garden wall against the house. I could have put them on a roof, but the house is listed, grade 2. I said, well, I'll put them on the piggery roof, the old piggery, the outhouse. Oh no, it's all part of the curtilage, isn't it? So the planner saying, well, we're not quite sure, therefore you'd better put them in the field. These are the sort of obstacles you come across with planners, aren't they? However, it's been up and running since August. The sums are more or less according to prediction, and if they continue like that, by next August, the first year, we expect to have generated nearly 2,000 units of electricity, kilowatt hours, about half of which is exported, and an extra fraction, and half of which, of course, replaces imported electricity at 10 or 12 pence a litre. The export sounds fine at 41 pence a litre. In fact, it's overwhelming the lion's share of the income. And the total of all that lot will be about 1,000 a year, which is about 8 or 9% of the capital investment. Well, they're not enormous figures, but given that the tariff is index-linked and income tax exempt, it's a worthwhile and dependable return on a modest investment.
You say 9%?
Yeah. Well, don't quote me on that. Let's get to next August. So that we've had a complete year. Because, of course, most of the months in between have been winter. And I go on a Sunday morning to the old-fashioned grandfather top and wind it up, and then to the newfangled meter, and not write down what he's telling me. Have a laugh at myself every Sunday morning on that. However, the really exciting thing is the present proposal for a 25-acre sunfarm, I call it, solar farm of PV panels. This resulted in an inquiry that came through the NFU newsletter and originated from the RDA last summer. I hope I shall last longer than the RDA. We were approached by 5 companies in all and have signed an option agreement with a German company who are drawing in capital through a syndicate of private investors. They have an English base, and I think they're drawing in capital from what we politely call high net worth individuals looking for tax allowances. The fields we have are 3 Cornish fields facing south with the power lines running overhead. The plan is for, I've got about 40 acres available if necessary. And it's lower grade 3. Corn will make an important distinction between top grade 3 and lower grade 3. I had to have a professional come and say that it was lower grade, didn't I? Otherwise, they might have raised questions about taking good agricultural land out of production. The plan is for 5 megawatts peak power, enough to supply all the houses in the parish. As the hedges are like Cornish hedges to provide local screening, you'll be aware that these panels start about there and go up to about there in rows. So the locals thought it was a good idea. But outside organisations were concerned about the visual impact as seen from higher up on the edge of the Bodmin Moor 2 miles away, which has become part of the Cornish World Heritage Site, mining site. So lots of hard to argue about that. So we're going to have these fields surrounded by overgrown hedges and extra tree planting to provide shade so that the Anyway, the planning activity has gone in, and I'm very hopeful that it will happen. Because we can still graze sheep, you'd be aware of this. We can still graze sheep so the land has 2 uses. This I dwell upon. I can't tell you everything about it because, of course, I signed this agreement. There's a degree of confidentiality, but broadly speaking, it'll be £500,000 per acre of panels, and the landlord, me, might get £1,000 per acre rent, per acre, which is a lot better than cows ever get. And this is guaranteed for 25 years. If this happens, I shall forget the little windmill. It would be better to put my little few thousands sort of drop in the ocean in the big sun farm. We also expect to be able to continue drawing most, if not all, of the single farm payment, because it is, of course, still agricultural. Compared with conventional cropping of grass and maize silage that took place before, this is both carbon efficient and environmentally friendly. Less fertilizer and spray, less mechanical working, and it's overfed, species-rich pasture. That means weedy grass to you, but you have to use the right terminology. And it will produce carbon-free sheep meat. In fact, there will be new carbon sequestration because we've got permanent pasture and because we've got these extra trees planted around the outside. So it's all very good and green, and I can gain 20 points if it comes off. It's organic in all but name. All this sounds very rosy if it comes off. However, we've already spent some time with accountants and solicitors, and now we face Minister Chris Huhne's recently announced review of these schemes. He was in Cornwall yesterday, or was it the day before? So if you read the morning news, it's all in it. And it's become very political, and everyone talks as if this is being subsidised. It's not costing taxpayers anything, you realise. It may be costing consumers something through the feed-in tariff, but the consumers were going to have to pay anyway, weren't they, to get new generating capacity. The generation companies don't do it for love. So it's not, it may be a high rate, but it's not altogether a subsidy in the conventional sense of the word. And this isn't much emphasised by the experts who talk about it. Also, of course, compared with these little rooftop schemes and my few panels outside the garden wall, this is vastly more electricity at vastly less unit cost, because you have the economies of scale, both in terms of the structure and in terms of the feed-in tariff, which is lower as the scale grows bigger. So we are hoping, also I might say that it's new money coming in from the outside. These private investors are bringing new money to the industry. All of this is apparently what government said they wanted, and I'm not sure who's put the spanner in the works at the moment. So we hope that this still does present an opportunity to landowners as well as green advocates in the West Country. I keep my fingers crossed, and maybe I'll have a new car next year if all this eventually goes through.